Welcome everyone to the stream, to the Grand Rapids Olay live stream. We're wrapping up the national anthem here and getting ready to introduce the rosters. We're going to start things off, guys, with introducing the Grand Rapids Olay lineup. Your starting lineup today, goalkeeper Alfonso Zavala. Mose Crawford is back in the roster this year. We welcome him back. Urbano Romero will be starting, as well as Sammy Esquivel. Good to see Gio and Lito back as well, and Cole Russell. You'll probably be seeing them coming off the bench later in the game and making an instant impact. Some big players from last year's championship run. And looking at the visitors, Guanajuato, we got Timo Salgado in the goal, Omar Gonzalez at ala, Eduardo Gonzalez as pivot, Carlos Villagomez as their fixo, and Lautaro Santome as their ala. Guanajuato not new to this kind of competition. They have had some experience in the futsal championship series hosted over in Lansing, Michigan. So this will be a great start to warming up to create a title defense here as Grand Rapids comes back from action from all the way back in April when they beat Joy Athletic to win the NFPL championship. Good to see Rudy in the chat. Rudy, good to see you, man. I hope you're doing well. For those of you that are new to the stream, Rudy is the usual announcer. I am subbing in for today in this preseason warm-up, but you'll be hearing the sultry sounds of his voice during the regular season as he takes us through and narrates as the championship defense goes through the regular season beginning in December. Visitors in the gray, Grand Rapids Olay in the white. We'll be keeping track of the scores and the fouls in the bottom section here. So keep an eye on that lower third if you're popping in and out of the stream, but hopefully we get to keep you for the majority of the game. It's sure to be very exciting. Good movement here by Grand Rapids Relay as they begin to control the game and put their fingerprints all over it. And you're going to notice Grand Rapids Relay likes to play a 4-0. These guys know each other very well. They've played together for a long time. It creates, it needs a lot of trust to be able to pull off a 4-0. And these guys know each other well enough and know where they're going to be that they can pull that off. Very difficult formation to run, but one that Grand Rapids found a lot of success in last year. A lot of pressure here from Grand Rapids to bring the ball back. Not letting these guys set up for a play. And it pays off. They get the ball back. Good movement here from Grand Rapids. They find the back post, and very close opportunity there. The first real opportunity of the game. In here for Grand Rapids Olay. Little plan play there by Grand Rapids on the kick in results in another kick in. Looks like a corner to start things off. Little 1-2. And oh, a near post shot that just nearly misses. Long ball from Guanajuato finds the corner, but it's immediately taken back by Grand Rapids Olay. Looks like there's a back and forth in the middle. And now we've got Grand Rapids Olay with a strong presence on the ball here and doing what they do best, sticking to the plan, being patient, and looking for those opportunities. Saw this a lot from Grand Rapids last year. You know, they don't need an instant gratification. They're very patient. They know that the plan will work. They stick to it. There's been even instances once or twice last year where they got behind early and they stuck to it. They didn't panic. So we'll be looking to see a lot of fundamentals from them today as they start to tune up for the regular season. If you tuned in with us at all last year, this may look a little different to you than what you're used to seeing for our court. We are in a new facility this year. Olay is going to be in HSB, which is a going to create a little bigger space to play, and it's going to be a little tighter atmosphere with the fans. So the already well-known Grand Rapids Olay fans in the stands, being a bit of a fortress in the NFPL, are going to get a lot more intimate with the players because they're going to be right up close and personal. Great opening there for Grand Rapids, and they put it in the back of the net. What a play! Take a look at this replay. Works out of the back. Patience from the goalie in the fixo where they find the running play diagonally through the middle. And Guanajuato just did nothing to close those gaps. And it was an easy shot on target and easy shot on goal. And we've got our first one of the game. It's 1-0. Long throw to space from Guanajuato's goalkeeper, but it fizzles out in the back. Grand Rapids is going to take back over and see if they can build that momentum up a second time. Good big movement, sweeping passes, really using the court and trying to stretch that low press of Guanajuato and find an opening. Ooh, unfortunate in the middle, and it's a giveaway in the middle to Guanajuato. Rudy with the cheer in the chat. Thank you so much, Rudy. Looking forward to having you back on the bike. He brings so much energy to the stream, so we're looking forward to hearing him again soon. And he does such a better job than I do. So you guys, it's preseason. We're still tuned up. You'll get the first string soon. Good movement again by Grand Rapids, being patient, looking for that opening. And it results in a corner kick. For those of you that might not be aware or are new to the NFPL or didn't see the announcements over the summer, even if you do, We're going to have a new team, an old team being a new team, as a matter of fact. FC Trizub is coming back from the Chicago area from a short stint during COVID of having an absence from the league. They're going to round out the total number of teams to 8, and we're going to see 2 divisions this year. So a little bit different structure as far as gameplay is concerned. We'll only see some teams once in those opposite divisions, and then we'll be seeing everybody else twice, and sometimes 3 times depending on the team. And hopefully cutting down on some travel time and making things a little easier on these guys and creating a lot more excitement as we get into the playoffs. Goalkeeper playing forward here for Grand Rapids. You'll see that he's ahead of the half line to avoid the rule in futsal that he can only touch the ball once on a possession. So long as he's in the opposing half, he can touch that ball as much as he wants, and it creates an extra player for the attack for Grand Rapids Olay. Oh, first attempt from Guanajuato of the game. It's wide on the inside post. Oh, a very questioning ball there on a pass, and Guanajuato read it. But man, it did ask some questions as there were some open lanes there right down the middle again for Grand Rapids Olay to play in. See a goalie throw here to restart the possession for Guanajuato. Fizzles out immediately as the throw went just a little too far out of the back and a little too high for the pivot to catch. Some strong defense there from Guanajuato to stop that play, but Grand Rapids is still applying the pressure. Another good cross, but fizzles out. A lot of great possessions here from Grand Rapids, just not quite that potent play that we saw in the first goal just yet, but it looks like that they are creating a lot of questions here in the first half as far as developing some offensive possession. Be curious what happened there. The goalkeeper could not touch that ball again, so he had to let it go. Luckily, his teammate stepped in and took care of it for him, but Grand Rapids was fine with just sitting back and getting ready to build on that counter and create that possession play again. Another great play, but just a little wide on the inside post again. And a little bit of confusion off the substitution looks like ultimately leads to a turnover in play back to Grand Rapids. Looks like that might have been a restart, and not sure if that one is going to count. as a foul for substitution. It looked like maybe they were a little off. In subbing in futsal, you can sub at any time, but you do have to wait for the player coming off to cross the line before you can enter the court. I suspect that maybe it got a little sloppy on that corner there, and referee saw it being right there on top of it. Another great steal on the defensive side of the ball for Grand Rapids Olay. Let's see what it turns into. Ooh, Cole looking for a nice little chip over the defender there. Doesn't quite pay off, but they get the ball right back. What a lead up and a shot down the middle there. Oh, and another close play. Cole Russell sneaks it across and finds that back post, but the goalkeeper was ready this time. Guanajuato hanging on here, but really not having any convincing possession of the ball. They haven't been able to relieve too much pressure, especially not for very long. Grand Rapids has been right on top of them again and making sure that they keep control of the pace of this game and where it's going to go and who's it's going with. Dug out by Grand Rapids. Quick shot. Oh, deflection by the goalkeeper. Good reactions by the keeper there to keep it out of play and out of the goal, and keeps them in this. Still 1-0. A beautiful chip to the center. He plays it off. Goes back post. Shot saved by the keeper again. Looks like the ball was rolling on the line there for the restart. I think that's why they brought it back. And Grand Rapids is going to take over right where Guanajuato is about to start to build their attack. Dangerous position here for them as it's very much in scoring position for Grand Rapids Olay. And there's the cross to the middle. Keeper snuffs it out. Some quick offense from Guanajuato, but easily saved by the goalkeeper and movement up the line, but it looks like it's gone out of bounds. Now we're seeing some build up from the back. Goes through the middle, but it's all Grand Rapids legs. Oh, what an effort to save that ball and keep it in. But it is turned over in the back to the Guanajuato Fixo. Looking for a possession here. There's a shot. Oh, narrowly misses on the inside post. What a nice cut in here to create that space, create a bit of an opening, and probably the most convincing opportunity so far for the visitors. Digging out of the middle, a little bit of a good fight there between Grand Rapids Olay and Guanajuato to try and keep possession, and fizzles out of the back line, and it'll be another goalie throw in for Guanajuato. Some good 1-2 movement. Goalkeeper saves again. Second shot, header. Wow, what a reaction on that back wall there. But Grand Rapids able to draw the foul, and they will still be in a dangerous position to make something happen. Lito over the ball for this free kick. Rips a shot. Oh, was that the post? Oh, unbelievable. I think that chipped the paint. Look at this replay. Sure enough. Oh my goodness. Oh, looks like it did hit off the back bar inside of the net. So they are going to have their second goal of the game, 2-0. That was a beautiful free kick from Lito. Grand Rapids trying to take advantage of a turnover in the middle, but unfortunately fizzles out for them. Guanajuato continues to try and find their rhythm. A nice quick play. Is this going to be a third goal? Oh, it's close. A little too much oomph on the chip, but what an opportunity there on the back post again. Ludwig Media and Rudy Boy in the chat. You're absolutely right. From that, even on the play-by-play in slow motion, I was hard to tell, but it just hit that back bar so hard it deflected right back out. And sure enough, Lito found an avenue and put it in. If that's not a sign of things to come in the NFPL season this year, then if that doesn't convince you to get involved and watch some more games, I don't know what will. Another quick rip at the top of the arc. And another great save from the Guanajuato goalkeeper. Another shot attempt. This one deflected by the Guanajuato defender. And we got a kick in here for Grand Rapids Olay, still in a dangerous position and still applying strong pressure to this team. Again, very patient from Grand Rapids Olay. Doing some simple passes, moving the ball around, letting it do the work, almost mesmerizing the other team, trying to find that opening, trying to find a lapse in judgment. Great save there from Guanajuato to keep it in play, but Grand Rapids recovers on a strong run back to get a foot in and slow that thing down. Some more side to side movement from Grand Rapids, trying to find that opening in the low press. Guanajuato happy to sit back and play a tight defense and try and close off those passing lanes, not give Grand Rapids Olay an opportunity on goal and try and protect their goalkeeper. Nice chip over the top. Shot deflected by the defense. Another beautiful chip, a great shot. Oh, classic Grand Rapids Olay from last year. You saw this a lot. You know, a A lot of patience, some movement side to side, and then a quick movement when they see that opportunity and trying to catch the defense off guard and get that shot on goal and try and isolate those one-on-one opportunities with the goalkeeper. Looks like we have a second free kick here for Grand Rapids Olay in the half. Oh, what a great opportunity there. Good pass across the court to Gio, who feeds it right back to the person who took the free kick. It looks like Cole Russell, and he takes the shot. And on that play, Guanajuato decides to take a timeout and try and reset here and get control of this game.
Good evening, folks, and good evening, Jake. This is Luke Miller joining you tonight from the producer's seat. Just wanted to kind of say hello to everybody. And yeah, I was going to join Jake for the commentary here.
Good to have you on, Luke.
Jake, tell me your thoughts so far about Grand Rapids Olay and Guanajuato.
Well, it looks like it's classic Grand Rapids from what we saw last season to me. Same game plan that it's always been is to be patient, find those openings. Don't be afraid to take your time, stay calm. And for Guanajuato, I think that they're almost being too respectful defensively. We're not really seeing a lot of convincing defense from them. They're doing a low press. They're covering the space, but not really doing anything to relieve the pressure.
I agree. Usually we see this from Grand Rapids Olay. They come out a little cagey, a little, dancing around the ring, couple jabs here and there, and it really seems to me that they're really putting the sticks to them now. They found their rhythm, they found their weak spots, and now they're exploiting them. It's a buzzsaw, this Grand Rapids Olay team.
I agree. It looks like even when Guanajuato does get a chance and gets on the ball, it's quickly snuffed out. Oh, and there's a perfect example. They pick the pocket, they find the pass, take advantage of a 3-on-2, and the goalkeeper could do nothing to stop that shot. Absolutely beautiful.
Yeah, I tell you what, they're really hitting them hard on that transition play. Guanajuato just does not understand that they have to recover quickly. Even when Grand Rapids Olay looks like they're going slow, they are picking out the deadly pass, and that proves it right there.
Absolutely. That's one of the things that makes futsal so unique and why so many coaches do like it as a development tool. And when we see the countries that have really embraced futsal and seen their success in both sides of the game is that everybody plays offense and everybody plays defense. And if you don't, you will pay for it.
I think we've talked about this before on stream, the transition game. If you cannot handle the transition game, you are going to get exposed.
Absolutely. And it's showing here today.
Looks like
Guanajuato here with a little bit of a stint on the ball. Grand Rapids digging in, and they're able to pull the ball away. And again, very patiently holding the ball here, looking for an easy pass, and again, controlling the game as they do. Another great shot. You hear it there hitting the post. Unbelievable. That was a great long-range shot from Grand Rapids. And then another very trying opportunity there as well to try and find a chance there in the middle.
Wow, off the woodwork.
Unbelievable. We're going to have to send them a bill for the paint on that post. Oh, another long ball from Guanajuato, but the goalkeeper's ready. Good to grab that off the top of the head there of the pivot.
Guanajuato seemed to be really struggling with ideas. The long ball, I just don't know if that's the key here.
That's true. We've seen that a lot so far this half from them. Goalkeeper getting the ball and immediately throwing to a corner or to the top of the goalie arc, and it's yielded zero opportunities. I think even the more I think about it here.
Oh, Little injury on the field. Looks like keeper took a knock. So if you're joining us for the first time from this facility, we are playing the green lines. That is the court that we're working with here.
HSB being a multi-sport facility, so you do see some other lines for other sports. Volleyball, basketball is also played here as well. So, yeah, this will be kind of similar to what we see in some of the European leagues where there are multiple lines on the court. So that's a great clarification. Guanajuato with a great through ball, but it gets snuffed out.
What a great play from Guanajuato. That's really what they need to settle down and focus on. As you can see, I can't tell their numbers. I wish I could know their names, but they sat on the ball and were patient and picked out a good pass.
I agree. I think that so far is the most convincing offensive play of the half for them. Ball's just out of bounds there on Grand Rapids. Guanajuato with the restart. High press from Grand Rapids. Not going to stop here at 3-0. They're going to keep looking for more.
Oh, wow. Almost a good release there from Guanajuato.
Yeah, right idea, just not quite enough. Great turn here from Grand Rapids. Does it result in a shot? It does, but it's on the outside net.
So, Jake, after watching a lot of futsal, you see these high presses and you see teams struggling with the breaking of the high press. What have you seen as an effective method for these teams to get out of the backfield and get the ball down the court and break this press?
We know in a situation like this, it seems like a low press sometimes, sitting back and letting them come to you, kind of compress the amount of space they have to play without passing back into their own space. But the key that Guanajuato might need to step on here to make that successful is they got to make more of the opportunities when they do stuff a shot. I would also, if I were them, play a little bit tighter in the low press. I think their wings are a little too far wide. If they choke in a little bit, they're going to cut out a little more passing lanes and be a little more patient and have a little more time on the ball to make a substantial play to get out of it and actually make a counterattack. Oh, Grand Rapids Olay again with another trying opportunity, but it does just roll across the face of the goal.
I think I see one of the Diaz brothers out there.
Another great play off of the kick. That's another thing. Luke, what do you think Guanajuato needs to do with these kick-ins to relieve some of this pressure? It seems like all of them are resulting in shots for Grand Rapids.
Well, what we see a lot of is in the higher leagues is that they never waste any sort of dead play, restart. They're making the most of this, and they're running some sort of set play on a kick in or a restart to create an opportunity, especially in these games right here where Guanajuato finds themselves 3-0 down. They got to find something, any crack, any crevice in this Grand Rapids Olay team who's kind of looking like they're having their way with the game. So to take advantage of these opportunities is big, in my opinion.
Coach Fabian with the timeout. If you're new to Grand Rapids Olay and new to Coach Fabian, you'll know that he does not like to waste a timeout. So even though we're up 3-0 and seem to have some control on the ball, he's going to make sure that he is getting an opportunity to keep his team together and keep them on track here with the game plan.
So yeah, if you're new to us here at futsal, timeouts are a part of the game. Unlike the outdoor game, the clock will stop on a dead play, and we have accumulated fouls. So if you're new here, there's some different rules. So welcome, and if there's any questions you have, please put them in chat. We'd be more than happy to discuss all the rules and what's happening here in the futsal game. Apologies for no audio on the court. We're in preseason still here.
We'd like to thank you guys, though, for being here and being part of this as we figure out what our streams are going to look like this year and what they're going to sound like, and working through this with us and enjoying some high quality gameplay in the meantime from Grand Rapids Olay.
Ooh, back post, nobody home.
Smart little play, though, as well there from Grand Rapids. It looked like everybody, all four players touched the ball in that play. Just not quite the timing there that they were hoping for. Oh, a little bit of a slip up from the goalkeeper. Guanajuato's defense is able to step on it, though.
I really felt like Guanajuato could have broken out in that play and transitioned really hard on Grand Rapids Olay. They looked vulnerable, but they just didn't put the foot on the gas because they're just so timid. They're scared of the counterattack from Grand Rapids Olay, and I don't blame them. I would be too.
Absolutely. It's been potent all last season. It was a big part of the game for them as well. Grand Rapids is a team that's always poking and prodding at you, trying to see where they can find that weakness and where they can step in. And it does kind of lull people into a sense of slowing down the game, thinking that it'll help them and help keep control. But in reality, it just allows the opposing team, in this case, Grand Rapids, to reset and be more than ready to stop that ball and get back on control. Minute left here. Shot across the face of goal from our goalkeeper. Cole with the bike. Oh, and nearly scores on it as well. Unbelievable. What an effort from Cole Russell. About 1.5 feet away from being a highlight of the preseason. That definitely would have made it into the hype video, don't you think, Luke?
Oh yeah, most definitely. Or I could take the Rudy hot take route, and I could just say, no.
Not good enough.
Guanajuato finding the post.
A lot better pressure there in that play. Let's see if they keep it up here to close out the half and try and change the transition of power here. But looks like it's going to fizzle out on a deflection from Grand Rapids. But the pressure's not gone completely. Rudy in the chat redeeming his channel points for a Rudy hot take, and it looks like it's no.
Classic. A little bit of confusion on offense there from Guanajuato. And they draw the foul.
Something to think about from last year as well. We did see this a few times from Grand Rapids, where even in instances where they were in very strong control of the game and seemed to have a death grip on the run of play, sometimes getting a little too aggressive and leading to foul trouble. But the thing that got them those strong leads could be a double-edged sword, and we've seen it before where all of a sudden we're on 5 fouls and there's penalty concerns.
Right. It's a good little head ball.
Long ball from Grand Rapids this time. Looks like it's going to be a corner kick for Grand Rapids on that deflection.
You also can really see the work rate. Grand Rapids away that comes to play. They put in the work in transition. You can see them hustling after every ball. Every play is a scoring opportunity for them, and you can see the work that they put in. Not to take anything away from this Guanajuato team, but I just think they need to come with a little bit more fire and a little bit more conviction.
A surprising foul here on the goalkeeper. I looked like that was clean, but anything, and it looks like the goalkeeper is protesting this to the referee. He was leaning backwards, and that's what caused the fall, but nonetheless, it is a free kick just outside the arc.
Oh, yellow card.
2 seconds left in the half.
It's a yellow card on the old leg goalkeeper. That's a surprise.
Yellow card as well.
Alfonso Zavala with a yellow card. It's a PK. Can this be the goal that turns the tide for Guanajuato, where they could actually get back in this game?
First real test here for the Grand Rapids goalkeeper.
Number 13 with Guanajuato. It looks like he's going to take it. It looked like a lefty. Wow.
Wow,
Was
with
that the
authority, that puts
oh.
Guanajuato on the board.
It was a back post. Smacks the back post and out. Well struck free kick.
Very well struck, and they did not waste the opportunity.
And that'll take us into halftime, I believe.
It does appear that they are going into halftime. Luke, what are your thoughts on the first half here from both sides?
Well, you know what, I think we talked a little bit about all the things we were thinking through the half, but again, I feel like Grand Rapids Olay comes out, they give you a couple of jabs, they dance around the ring, they see where you're at, they see what you're doing, and then they really turn they turn the vice on you, they put the press on, and 3-1 is a surprising score. I think, Grand Rapids Olay could be up by a lot more, and Guanajuato squeaked in a penalty kick there at the end I can't say I'm not there, but it looked kind of an iffy call, but who knows.
I agree. The run of play was 100% in Grand Rapids' favor. I think the majority of the half, if not most of the half. Looks like there's not much preseason rust on this team.
No.
As it stands right now, it looks like they've been training hard over the summer here. And give Timo Salgado in the goal for Guanajuato a ton of credit. He stood on his head in that first half and really kept them in this thing.
Yeah, agreed. The one thing I could say for Guanajuato was too bad that goal didn't come earlier in the half to kind of carry that momentum into possibly a second goal. And then now we're talking a 3-2 game, that could really turn the tide of this thing. If Guanajuato can play smart and, play together and have a lot of cohesion, they could really put up a challenge for this Grand Rapids Olay team. But Grand Rapids Olay now just taking every single opportunity they can to put a shot on goal and be deadly in front of goal.
I agree. I think that's got to be the thought process from Guanajuato coming out of this half. If I'm Grand Rapids Olay, I think I do what I did to start the first half and really put the brakes on them and put the high pressure on and try and break their spirit a little bit right off the rip and get a couple quick ones and keep continuing to possess the control of this game.
Agreed. Just a shout out to everyone on the Twitch chat. Thank you so much for being here. We appreciate you watching. We appreciate you interacting. Please stick around for the second half coming up. But for now, I think we're going to take a quick break and have a commercial break. But please stick around. We'll be here in chat. So if you have questions during the break, please post them in the chat, and we will be able to answer those either live or we'll text you in the chat. So we'll be right back.
Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back after these messages. Grand Rapids Olay Futsal, brought to you by these sponsors. M-Law, a better life within reach. No drawn-out billings, straight flat fees, no surprises. Because at M-Law, when you win, we all win. Springstead, Bardish, Borgula & Lynch, PLLC. A prestigious group of criminal defense attorneys making sure their clients get the best possible outcome. So be sure to reach out to the team that's on your side.
I gave you the microphone, the iPhone microphone. Let her know.
Well, welcome everybody. It's gonna be interesting. I'm gonna see what Guanajuato has. That's a mouthful. What Guanajuato has to bring to the second half here. Sorry, I have like 8 things I'm trying to do here. I'm trying to produce this show and announce with you guys. So apologies for my stammering and stuttering.
KT Lou, you can't hear the court sound perfect. I'm glad we were able to fix that. We got our engineers on site working on that for us, and we were able to make a change in the half there. So hopefully you guys can get a little better feel for what the atmosphere is like here at the Grand Rapids Olay games.
And like Jake said, if you have any commentary, you can hear something, you can't hear something, you want to hear something more, please let us know.
Oh, a shot off the crossbar there, deflected by the Guanajuato goalkeeper. A little bit of pandemonium in the back off of that, but they find a way out of it.
It's a quality double save from the Guanajuato goalkeeper.
Absolutely. Good hands. Another long ball from Guanajuato. This time they play it right into a cross to try and hold on to the ball. Now falling back and trying to hit the reset button here and try and do to Grand Rapids what Grand Rapids did to them in the first half and find that opportunity.
It looks like we have a keeper change from Grand Rapids Olay. Looks like Miguel Cervantes has entered the goal for Grand Rapids Olay.
Miguel is definitely one to watch. He was the starting goalkeeper last year for Grand Rapids. And I think he led the league in team clean sheets, if memory serves. As you can see.
Also goals scored, I believe, too.
Oh, goal scored by a goalkeeper. Yes, as you can see, Miguel is not afraid to get up to the top there and certainly may make some viewers nervous, but Miguel has very good feet, just as good as his hands, and he likes to get up and into the mix and apply extra pressure, whether it be supporting on that half line or getting into that back corner like he did there to be an extra body for the defense to worry about. Nice little layoff there. And it looks like it was a deflection in a Grand Rapids ball.
Wow.
Another play off of a kick-in. And Grand Rapids almost puts that instant stamp on the second half, just like we talked about at halftime.
Like I said, they make the most of every opportunity they have.
Nice little play down there. Lito with the chip. Oh, barely misses the back post.
I know that it's not a glamorous shout, but I always shout out Lito because I feel like he is the absolute center of this team. He pulls all the strings. He makes everything happen. He's not a high goal scorer, but when he's on the court, you notice the difference in the Grand Rapids Olay team. Things happen, and everything gets done when Lito's on the court, in my opinion.
It's one of those invaluable players that you cannot see all of his credit and his credentials on the stat sheet. He's just a hard worker, and he never stops running. He's a veteran of the team. He brings a ton of experience. And I think you guys are going to see from watching Grand Rapids Olay that the amount of synergy amongst them from just knowing each other so well, growing up together, some of each other coaching each other even at some points in their careers. So it really is a brotherhood here in Grand Rapids.
Just right there, you see from Guanajuato kicking the ball away. It just seems like a desperate moment when if they could just get their foot on the ball and turn into away from pressure and just keep that possession and build something. It just feels like cheap giveaways that are killing this Guanajuato team.
A little better pressure there off that kick in, but leads to nothing. Guanajuato's still on the ball, and they're going to try it again. It rips across the center of the court, but really nothing anyone can do with that ball. Safe to say, Luke, that Grand Rapids is doing a better job of using the whole court and taking the space to their advantage.
It really looks that way. I think Guanajuato has come out and in a better fashion. From in the first half, they were sitting back so much, and there's three of them in the back, and I really feel like in this day and age in futsal, you can only manage to have two people back, like right here, like you see Grand Rapids in the back with two players in the attack. You have to be that way with this modern game to push the attack and make the other team stay true.
Miguel playing up top again, applying that extra pressure. Again, Grand Rapids Olay not content on just sitting on a 2-goal lead. Another thing about futsal, and Luke, I'd love to hear your opinion on this, but unlike the outdoor game, I feel like a 2-goal lead really is not a very safe, comfortable position to be in. The play can change so quickly in the sport. The turnaround of momentum can change so quickly, and you can see a couple goals in a couple short minutes. You cannot just rest on your laurels at any point in the sport.
No, I agree 100%. A 2-goal lead, if well managed, you can manage your clock, you can manage your plays, and get serious. And one thing we have not seen from Guanajuato is flying the keeper. And you get into a place where you can manage the game. You can turn that 2-goal lead into a tie game and possibly take the lead. With this stop clock, the time is deceiving. The time, from what I've kind of timed a few games for outdoor and timed a few games for futsal, and they end up being fairly similar, just because of the stoppage in the clock for futsal. But I agree with you that this 2-goal lead is nothing to just sit back and say, we got this. You got to play the whole game.
Still pretty early in the second half, but if you're Guanajuato, when do you think about flying that goalkeeper?
See, I was just going to ask you about this with this modern game. I feel like this flying goalkeeper is kind of a standard practice, and if you do not have a flying goalkeeper routine, you are playing with not a full arsenal. And in this situation, you got to come out, you got to take some chances, you got to fly that keeper and get an attack going.
I think the same thing. At some point, you do have to think about, is this a all or nothing moment in the game? Do we need to throw absolutely everything we have at it? If you're new to futsal, flying the goalkeeper is where you take a field player and put a goalkeeper jersey on them, and then they have full reign on the ball, just as they would as a regular player, but the teammates can then pass to them as often as they'd like. There's not that limitation on a standard goalkeeper of only being able to touch the ball once on a possession in your own half.
Good stuff from Miguel Cervantes coming out and being a nuisance out of the top of the box, knocking that play away.
I thought we were going to have a throw in there for a minute, but he does remember to kick it in.
Guanajuato's had some attacks. They've looked a little bit more spry of going forward. They've had a little bit more conviction. It looks like they had a nice little pep talk from the coach during halftime. Let's see if they can transition to a goal.
And as we said in the beginning of the game, too. Oh, and here's an opportunity from Grand Rapids. It's dug out by Guanajuato and kicked away. But as we said in the beginning of the game, Guanajuato, not a stranger to high competition. They have participated in some other leagues before at a high level. They should know how to get back into this game and make a difference. Another strong shot from Grand Rapids.
Just a nice piece of movement there on the kick in. They dummied the free kick because number 18 ran in for like he was going to take the free kick, and then they went back post to Lito. Just that type of deception and that type of movement from Grand Rapids Olay just makes them so hard to defend. Guanajuato's left wondering what they're going to do every single time.
I've brought it up a few times now, but and another shot opportunity. Kicked
Close.
away by the goalkeeper on the near post. Oh, no, it looks like they're calling that off the post, and it is a keeper throw. Grand Rapids immediately back on the ball. You know, we talked about the Grand Rapids and how well they know each other. It shows here with putting Miguel in a position there where, could be risky. No one's in the back of the goal there, but you may notice that his Grand Rapids teammates have done a great job of cutting off the easy shot on goal And Guanajuato has not been able to capitalize a couple of times they have countered while Miguel's in their half of the court.
It's an intelligence and an understanding from this Grand Rapids team that when you fly the goalkeeper, they understand the first point of danger, which is the immediate shot. They shut that down and they make them transition, and that gives Miguel Cervantes time to make that run back to the goal. It's just high intelligence from this Grand Rapids LA team.
Across the face of the goal there, but Guanajuato is able to get rid of it. But another shot wasted to the backside of the court. Miguel will start us up again.
Guanajuato have got to get their foot on the ball. They've got to maintain some possession. They got to try and draw a foul. They got to do something to change the tide of this possession from Grand Rapids Olay. They are just killing them with possession, and it's got to be tiring playing defense.
Yeah, we've seen some good ebbs and flows from Guanajuato here to start the second half, but just not a lot of consistency in the play. It's kind of gone back to that first. Oh, and another good deflection by their goalkeeper. That looked like that was tracking for that back post and kissing in off of the woodwork. Another opportunity for Olay. They go across the face of goal, but there's nothing there.
Agreed, Rudy. The comment in the chat from Ruboy, Cole is using his right foot a lot. Cole has been taking a lot of shots in this game. He's really pressing the tempo. I think that's Chris Mendez, number 18, I believe. I could be mistaken. I don't know all the names exactly. Chris Mendez with a lot of shots as well. To their credit, Guanajuato is sitting fairly compact and doing a great job of being stubborn and being compact in the defense and really making these opportunities come at a minimum for the Grand Rapids Olay team.
I agree. It appears they've tightened up that low press a little bit, like we talked about, hoping to see out of them as an adjustment, and it's starting to pay some dividends right off of the rip just by standing in the way of those passing lanes and having that presence and keeping those easy opportunities away from Grand Rapids. Smart play there, and they get the kick in to tee up an opportunity here on goal.
Intelligent play from Guanajuato.
Great shot on goal, but Miguel is there to save it. It's not gone yet. Miguel with another save.
What a double save from Miguel Cervantes. Excellent job from him.
Great effort from Guanajuato as well. Nice little chip header there to try and get over Miguel, but he's just too tall. You're not going to catch him on that one, but you can make him work, and they made him work there. Chip out of trouble there, but a little too far for... Oh, I think that was a fake by design. Decided to take the easy throw in as opposed to trying to blast through the Grand Rapids players.
Smart play.
Grand Rapids back on the ball, but another simple foul.
Apologies for the no foul count to the viewers. I just there's a lot to keep track of, and we are lacking a scoreboard runner. I got word that we have 3 fouls for Grand Rapids Olay and no fouls for Guanajuato.
Something to think about for Grand Rapids Olay. We talked about it at the close of the first half. Is it going to be foul trouble here as they play through this second half?
Grand Rapids Olay finds themselves there a lot. Oh,
a great save from Miguel. He tips it over the crossbar. I think Miguel was priming for the counterattack there and caught out of position, but he does a great job to get back and gets it just over the crossbar to keep from Guanajuato making it a 1-goal game. Here's the counterattack from Grand Rapids Olay. Does it turn into anything? It does. It's a goal! Grand Rapids Olay does a great job snuffing out the play off the kick-in. They turn it immediately into a counterattack, and it's a chip into the goal to make it 4-1, creating a little bit more breathing room, Luke. A little less trouble now for fouls, you think, or do they still need to be mindful of the way they're playing?
I think Guanajuato is looking dangerous right now. I think Grand Rapids Olay needs to be wary and not kick back too much, but I do think 4-1 extends it to a place where it's going to be a tough ask for this Guanajuato team to get back in the game. I think they need to start making some decisions going forward. Do we need to pull that goalkeeper and get a couple goals in the net to get back in this game? Miguel is standing on his head, but I think you were all right. He did get caught out of position on that save.
Yeah, definitely a save that maybe didn't need to be, but as dramatic as it was. But Miguel loves to get involved in the offense. He's one of those crazy goalkeepers. They're not afraid to get into the mix, and that's what Miguel does to put his stamp and put his brand on the game. He's always looking for that opportunity to mix it up front.
I really think more and more you're going to see these type of goalkeepers in futsal. You're going to see, I think the boys on the Futsala podcast talked about that the other day with Vitor as a keeper himself, talking about how keepers need to have those foot skills. They need to have that going forward prowess in order to compete in today's futsal game.
It's a particular advantage when you're talking about the opportunity to fly a goalkeeper versus sticking with your traditional goalkeeper. If he has that foot skill, if he can get involved like Miguel does, you don't have to worry about swapping in and out at the sub line and being caught out of position trying to, play defense with your real goalkeeper, playing offense with your fifth man. Having someone like Miguel on the team that has that confidence and can step forward really takes some of the complication out of that strategy.
Agreed.
Ooh. Great play to the back post. Sounds like it hit the woodwork, but it is out of bounds and a throw in for Guanajuato. Another long ball from them, but it is out of bounds.
A little bit of a line change here for Grand Rapids. I believe on the court right now we have Sammy Escoval, we have Lito, we have Chris Mendez, and Yosef, I believe, is who we have on the court, and Miguel Cervantes in goal. I believe that's who we have in for Grand Rapids Ole.
I talked about it in the first half, and it looks like it's happening again. Grand Rapids Ole staying patient, sticking to the game plan, slowly constricting Guanajuato and finding those weaknesses again. We've seen them really take control after a bit of a hectic start to the second half. Oh, a foul on Grand Rapids Ole. I believe that's the fifth foul of the half. If we see another one, there will be a penalty kick from the spot.
Now, Jake, correct me if I'm wrong. Guanajuato is at 1. I'm managing the scoreboard here, so I'm sorry.
Yes, I believe we've got 1 with Guanajuato, and we've got 5 now with Grand Rapids Ole.
Apologies, folks. Trying to wear multiple hats here. Just going to
out by Grand Rapids. They were able to make nothing out of the opportunity there from Guanajuato, and an immediate opportunity just wide.
I'm going to see if we can confirm with our technical staff that we are on 5 fouls for Grand Rapids Ole.
Long throw again from the Guanajuato goalkeeper. This time, does it pay off? Oh, it's close, but there's nothing there.
That is highly
from Guanajuato squandered there.
Highly unusual for Miguel to bobble that ball.
Great counter here from Grand Rapids, but a pass behind, and it dribbles out. And another long ball from Guanajuato looking for a quick counter. It goes right back to Grand Rapids defense. Oh, and a second unfortunate touch. Guanajuato moving quickly here, trying to make something out of it.
Guanajuato really needs to take care of this right now. The Grand Rapids Ole has turned the ball over 3 times in a row. They need to take advantage of this.
I think if I'm Guanajuato as well, I'm thinking about putting a lot of pressure on Grand Rapids. You've got them in foul trouble. really start dicing it up. You don't have the same foul trouble. You've got very little to lose as we look to get into about the halfway point here in the second half.
Yet another turnover from Grand Rapids Olay.
Miguel with the deflection to save that shot. And the second opportunity from Guanajuato fizzles out.
To Rudy in the chat, did we take care of the scoreboard? I see your shout. I'm wondering if we got it taken care of.
It'll play out to the line. It comes back to the middle. Deflects out down the other side. Guanajuato hustling to try and keep it in, but it's just not quite enough. Maybe 2 more steps and he would have made it. A lot more energy out of Guanajuato here. Grand Rapids looking for a quick play. It's snuffed out, but not out of trouble just yet. Trying to create some space, and it goes right back to Grand Rapids. They're going to start applying the pressure right away. Leads to a cross, the face of the goal, off the crossbar, and out of bounds.
Just real quick, I want to shout out to Sipinski. I don't know how to say your name. I apologize. Mike Lou 15, Chuck W. Russell. Thank you so much for the follows. We see you guys. Thank you so much for being here.
Another great play by Grand Rapids. Oh, right across the face of the goal, but no one's on the back post to tap it in. Interesting here. We're seeing a lot more back and forth, but still very much Grand Rapids with the majority of the opportunities. More high press from Grand Rapids, not letting the foul trouble keep them from playing their game. Another close one there, though. This time snuffing it out against the line, making the end line, the touch line, their friend, and playing them as an extra defender to fizzle out that Guanajuato attack. Back heels a turnover. Grand Rapids on the ball. Nice little chip over the top to try and keep the play moving forward. Another nice little chip.
Almost a nifty move from Chris Mendez. Wow, Chris Mendez with a yellow card.
So that is the 6th foul for Grand Rapids Olay. It is going to lead to a penalty shot down on the other side. And then Chris Mendez, I believe, got a yellow card for a little too passionate of a conversation with the referee after the fact.
I'm kind of unsure what Chris was objecting about. Is he calling for a handball? I couldn't see what was happening. He got really upset about the play. It seemed pretty fair to me. What did you see, Jake?
Yeah, you know, it might have been a soft call. It looked like a bit of a tangle up, but regardless, when you're on that foul count, you really can't afford to add fuel to the fire and be arguing with the referee after the fact. It's never going to reverse the call. Looked like they were trying to do a little trick run there, but nothing that appears to count. I think that was some Leo Messi, Luis Suarez play from the Barcelona days that they attempted, but they do have to take the shot on that PK, so it's not going to work. Referee's not impressed with that one. Grand Rapids back on the ball. Shot from Grand Rapids, save from Guanajuato. Wow, you could hear that one from the back of the room. He's going to be feeling that one on the ride home.
Free tattoos. They're handing out free tattoos here tonight.
Another corner here for Guanajuato, but Grand Rapids really giving them no option there on that end line. And again. This time it gets to a player, but it's snuffed out immediately. Miguel's on the ball.
Sammy couldn't handle the pass.
Grand Rapids back on the ball here with a kick in from Guanajuato. A wasted opportunity for them.
Joseph Woodruff, thank you for the follow. Shout out to you. Thank you so much. Welcome to the stream. Welcome to Grand Rapids Ole. So on that free kick, on the 6-foul free kick, I know it's an illegal free kick, but if we could get someone with the official ruling of the 6-foul, the 10-meter free kick, what exactly has to happen? I'm pretty sure the ball has to be shot, but I don't know the exact ruling for futsal. Do you know? Are you familiar with that, Jake?
I thought that it had to hit well, that's a good question. I thought it had to be a direct shot on. I think that's why it was an issue. Whereas if it directs direct, nearly a goal there for Grand Rapids. I'm fairly certain that's what the issue was. I do not think you can use that as a passing opportunity like a traditional free kick.
Maybe we can get our boy Rudy on the ruling and give us an official word on that.
Long ball from Grand Rapids, creating some space, relieving some pressure, and then falling back to the regular game, getting some ebbs and flows to try and crack that low press. Great shot from Grand Rapids. Just outside. Grand Rapids takes the ball out in center court. Digs it out again. A lot of pressure from Guanajuato here. They finally find a way to get it out of there. Daniel Diaz really working hard there in the midfield to control possession of the ball for Grand Rapids Ole. Guanajuato now on the ball looking for the counter. Finds a dead end, backs up, finds a new opportunity, but it gets fizzled out of bounds. They retain the possession, though, with the kick-in.
Can Guanajuato make something happen off these kick-ins? It just seems to me that they set up and there's no movement on their play. It just is too easy to defend.
Another pocket picked by Grand Rapids Ole. It's 2-on-1 and an easy tap in. Goal for Grand Rapids Ole to make it 5-1. Luke, you called it right there, I think. Just no poison in the bite on those kick-ins. Grand Rapids reads it like a book, takes advantage of the 2-on-1 against the defender, and it's an easy tap in on the back post. Pressure again from Grand Rapids. Another shot, another goal for Grand Rapids Ole. And just like that, it's 6-1. We talked about it earlier, how quickly futsal can turn on its head, and a couple quick goals can make a difference. And it looks now with 7 minutes to go that Grand Rapids is firmly in control of this game, even with the foul trouble.
This just in from our offsite commentator, Rudy. The player taking the DFK SAF. I know I could know that, but must kick the ball towards the opponent's goal with the intention of scoring in a goal directly. Okay, so that's kind of what I thought it was. You must shoot at the goal with the intention of scoring. You cannot pass on the 6-foul 10-meter free kick. Thank you, Rudy. We appreciate you. All the love to our boy Rudy, hanging out, watching the Twitch stream. Rudy is our usual announcer, and we miss him dearly because Jake and I are doing our best.
Direct free kick, 6 accumulated foul. DFK SAF. Ask for it by name.
That's the longest acronym I think I've ever seen.
When the acronym needs an acronym. Another long ball from Guanajuato leads to nothing. They're really crowding Miguel with the pivot, but Miguel's been able to pickpocket right off the head there. There's just not enough height and not enough strength there to beat Miguel on that play. Straight from the rule book.
Straight from the horse's mouth. Thank you, Rudy. We appreciate you, bud.
Another fake throw in for Guanajuato. They're going to kick it in here. Rapids being patient, looking for that opportunity. And
one
Guanajuato
doesn't
really
ball.
allowing them to get out of that when they had a 2-on-1 and could have easily pickpocketed. Allowing the movement again, and all of a sudden we got 3 Grand Rapids players in the attacking front, and it almost leads to a goal again.
Joseph looking to get a little brace for this game. Well, Jake, it looks like we have a typical Grand Rapids Ole game. Up by multiple goals, well in control of the game. An opposing team left with questions with no answers.
Absolutely. Looks like business as usual for our beloved Grand Rapids. And it looks like there might be some more. There's a shot. Oh, another great opportunity for Grand Rapids Ole, and it leads to a corner. Luke, who's your standout player so far in this game with 5.5 to go?
Wow, that's hard to say. My boy Cole putting the sticks on, pressing the issue, taking tons of shots. But I just feel like the difference maker in this game, the one that makes the tick-tock, is my boy Lito. I feel like his presence on the court, I know he doesn't show in the goals categories, but I just feel like he's that man that makes everything turn. He's the cog that makes the clock turn. You know what I mean? I just feel like without him, it's just a different team. I think he's such an influential player. He's a smart player, and he just makes he was the, in my opinion, it's what turned the game to where it is now.
Absolutely. He's definitely had his fingerprints all over this Grand Rapids possession play and creating these attacks. I also think that Miguel has been great here in the second half as well. Being able to play his game and keep control of his patience, and also making sure that it doesn't result in high risk, high reward. He's done a great job of covering both sides of the ball. Also great to see Mose back in the lineup today and seeing some of his opportunities as we look ahead to the NFPL season.
Agreed. I think Miguel just needs to grab a couple goals, and I think he's definitely a shout for the man of the match.
As we wait in this timeout, Luke, and look ahead to the NFPL season, are there any games across the league that you're circling your calendar for?
Well, of course, we have our rematch of the championship game with Grand Rapids Ole and Joy Athletic is definitely one to mark on your calendar. That's going to be a hotly contested game. But again, there's some games I would like to see. I would like to see Indy come out, and I'm really looking forward to seeing this new team of Trizub coming, or not new to kind of, I don't know, what do we call it, recycled new Trizub to see what they can do. It would be great if they made some noise and made a shout for the championship.
Absolutely. For those of you that have followed the NFPL for a few years, Trizub in the league back in 2019, and at the time it was suspended for COVID. We saw that they were in second place behind then ABK. Spoiler alert, that was Grand Rapids Ole rebranded. And the Western Conference was highly contested between those two teams, and I believe there was only two or three losses halfway through the season between the two of them. So that should really bring some. Oh, and a goal for Grand Rapids Ole. Long range shot. Look at this. Beautiful replay. Finds the back post. Simple roll off the bottom of the foot and tees up an absolute stunner. 7-1 Grand Rapids Ole.
This game is well in hand. Grand Rapids Ole driving the bus. There's no way back for this Guanajuato team. The most they can hope for is to put in a good performance, get a couple goals. It's just too much. Grand Rapids Ole have taken full control. It just leaves you with a Guanajuato team just trying to figure out what to do. It's really difficult. It's such a talented team. It's such a high chemistry team with this Grand Rapids Ole. Sorry. Okay, there's a foul.
Yeah, it looks like maybe a little mixture of tangle of legs there. I'm not sure exactly what happened. Didn't see anything malicious, but that doesn't mean there wasn't a foul in there somewhere.
I stopped for because I thought it was a handball by the keeper outside the penalty area, but I guess this is a foul for what do we call it? Where's our acronym? DFKSAF.
This time they take the shot and it leads to nothing.
Interesting there from Guanajuato. They faked 2 kickers. I'm unsure of the ruling of that, if the legality of it. It's a very interesting idea if it is legal.
Looks like a run and play foul there, just called by the referee against Guanajuato as well. We'll see if that is the correct motion. A lot of changes this year in the NFPL. We're going to see, as we stated in the first half, there are going to be 2 divisions this year, splitting the total of 8 teams into 4 per division. Your Grand Rapids Olay will be in the East Division, facing off against in-state rivals, Futsal Factory Academy out of Ann Arbor, Columbus Futsal out of Columbus, Ohio, not surprising, and Jinga Futsal out of Cincinnati. The West will see runners-up Joy Athletic Club make their second run and hoping for a championship against Cadence SFC, FC Trizub, both out of the Chicago area, and Futsal Indy out of Indianapolis.
Free kick taker must be identified by the referee, so no confusion. Thank you, Rudy, for the clarification on that. I do know futsal, but I don't know the complete ins and outs. I apologize. Jake, same question to you. Is there any dates on the calendar you're circling, looking forward to for this season for NFPL?
Well, I don't want to sour anybody in the chat from the Grand Rapids fan base, but I am from Ohio. So for me, I will be watching the battle for Ohio between Columbus Futsal and Jinga. Columbus Futsal came out on top last year. There was a close match in there. I believe there was a tie 4-4, but the other 2 games went very convincingly to Columbus. I'm curious to see what Jinga's done in the offseason to keep up. They had some real glimmers during the beginning of the season that made them look like they were going to be playoff contenders, and it just did not quite run the marathon of the season for them. They kind of fizzled out as the year went on. I would love to see them come roaring back. And a player to watch on that team for me as well is Eric Hegarty. He's actually on YouTube as well and shares his experience in futsal through video vlogs. So if you're interested in seeing more about the life of a futsal, go check out Eric Hegarty.
Agreed. Another player to look forward to see in the NFPL season this season is make sure to keep your eyes on Robert Dameron, who made his first cap on the U.S. national team over in the tournament. UMAG, I believe, was the name of the tournament for the U.S. over in Europe. Robert Dameron got that nice call-up and had an excellent game. Jake, do you remember the details for Robert Dameron on that game?
Yes, actually, sorry to correct you, but that's actually his second cap. He also played in the World Cup in Lithuania in 2021. It was nearly a goal there.
Oh,
it is a goal. It did make it in.
Go in.
Bounced off that back bar. Has been giving us trouble on the video feed, but it is a goal for Guanajuato here. Bit of a consolation goal here as the game winds down, but they do finally find a way to take advantage of Miguel being out of the goal.
I was driving one big old truck.
Yes, Robert Dameron out of Futsal Factory as he played against Slovenia in the OMEG Nations Cup, which was in OMEG Croatia. It saw the United States play against the Czech Republic, Slovenia, and France. The United States won all 3 of those games, and one of the standout moments for us was Robert Dameron representing the NFPL in his first start, and he was absolutely outstanding, kept us in the game in that first half, and saved 2 penalty kicks while the U.S. was in foul trouble in the first half that kept us in that game. All around great performance there from Robert Dameron and really representing the NFPL well.
Good shout from Ludwig Media on Twitter and Futsal Online US to follow along with all the comings and goings of U.S. futsal.
Good to see in the chat, Ludwig Media, one of the media partners for the NFPL, and we sure do appreciate you helping us get the word out on the sport we love. Free kick here from Grand Rapids. We see a dummy and a shot and a goal. What a great setup from Grand Rapids away. Right out of the playbook. Absolutely beautiful. Defense falls for it, and looks like the run of play to start that free kick pulled a defender away, which allowed for the 2-on-1 on the back post and the confusion on where the mark needed to be.
What an outstanding dummy.
Absolutely beautiful. Team Guanajuato trying to build up some momentum here, trying to win that goal back. Unfortunately, fizzles out on the other side. Grand Rapids starting out of the back here on the restart. Roughly a minute and a half to go, minute 20. And nothing has changed on the strategy for Grand Rapids. You see them poking and prodding again. Cole Russell with a shot. Leads to a corner. High pressure all the way to the end. Luke, same business as usual.
Same business as usual. Here comes Miguel sneaking up. Let's see if Miguel can get one in this game. It's just the movement. The movement from Grand Rapids Ole is deadly. Their movements are cold and calculated. It offers a lot of...
Oh, what a beautiful chip for a goal. Just as Luke was describing the beautiful movement, they show it in action, and it leads to a goal with a very gorgeous chip over the goalkeeper. And that's worth his third look.
Just outstanding play. Guanajuato left not knowing what to do.
As you guys know by now, we're not regular commentators, but I will say we sure do love to be interrupted by beautiful goals like that. And now going against the storyline, we see Grand Rapids with a penalty kick, and it looks like Miguel is owning that ball, marching it up to the spot, and he is going to do everything he can to get his name on this score sheet before the end of the game.
I think you heard my comment earlier that he wants to be man of the match.
Nice chip, Gio. Absolutely. Thank you for joining us in the chat. That'll be one to remember as we lead into the season. Here's the penalty. Ooh, a little high, but plenty of power.
Trying to mimic his good friend Gio the Cannon. As Rudy
Gio
would
got
say,
his in, Miguel had to go over for him.
as Rudy would say, he needs to shoot his little cannon.
Yeah, I saw.
You're here in the chat with us still, rounding out the end of this game. We sure do appreciate you guys being with us. I hope you're looking ahead to the regular season and as excited as we are to follow along and enjoy our favorite team here, Grand Rapids Ole. As you join us in the Twitch chat, give us advice on what you think we can do to make the experience better for you guys as viewers. And we will do what we can to implement it and do things like fun commands like we did last year and maybe poke fun a little bit to players along the way. We also have some emotes available. Oh, and a goal for Guanajuato here in the last 20 seconds.
Number 3 for Guanajuato has been dribbling his brains out all night long. I think he deserves a little bit of a shout. He's been such a critical player for Guanajuato, just kind of dicing up two people. Nice little finish. Great job for Guanajuato there.
Great little push to the opposite, great little brush to the opposite foot, there, to catch a defense going the other way, and he takes advantage. Very great play by him. Great solo opportunity there.
I think if Guanajuato could capitalize on these individual efforts and incorporate teammates, I think they can build a deadly attack. I think it's just a lot of loose ends not tied together, and the chemistry just seems like it's a little bit off for Guanajuato.
This play by them goes out the back. And that is going to be the last play of the game. Grand Rapids Olay coming away with the victory in the preseason match. Thank you again to everyone in the chat for joining us. Luke, any closing comments you want to share with the chat here as we round out the game?
I think we kind of covered it during the game, but an excellent performance by Grand Rapids Olay. A valiant attempt by Guanajuato, but in the end just fell short. Grand Rapids Olay look like they're set and poised to have another great season in NFPL. Hopefully, you all can join us to watch all these streams. We would love to have you in the chat. Again, like Jake said, we look forward to all the interactions, the fun. We are doing all this streaming for you, so we really hope you enjoyed it.
If you guys are looking forward to the first regular season match, it is away, so be sure to join us here on Twitch. That's twitch.tv/Grand Rapids Olay. Saturday, December 10th, 6 p.m., Grand Rapids Olay travels to in-state rivals in Ann Arbor at Futsal Factory Academy to start their championship defense. Thank you guys so much for joining us in the chat. We look forward to seeing you again soon. Don't forget to follow Grand Rapids Olay on social media as well. And don't miss a single beat from our favorite team in the NFPL.
Have a good night, everybody. Good night.
Can I end this? Gabo, look it. Can I end it?
Go ahead, Victor. We did go ahead.
Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back after these messages.